probably about 3 years into sign spinning, I decided instead of going up into complexity, I wanted to go down into simplicity, which, so like I was looking for the smallest possible increments, half flips, half spins, half twists, and so forth. And, you know, just like how does this move without moving, right? You know, the like transfer, what is it?
Transitions?
When you slide something,
It is a slide, isn't it?
No, it has an art name. It's like scale, slide, skew.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Transform?
Yeah, something like that.
Making it look easy kind of reminds me of one of the other minimalist things I was exploring. I think it was, forgive me if I pronounce them wrong, but I think it was Ryman who had the white paintings.
Oh yeah,
just white
Robert Ryman.
It just gives that impression that like, I could do that.
They're very tight.
Really?
Oh, they're really close friends.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they're super tight friends. I mean, both of them worked at the Museum of Art.
It makes sense now.
Super hard. I mean, that's in terms of the inner circle.
Yeah, I just felt like that was that I could do that vibe, and that's what I got from sign spinning in first impressions, and then I realized this was, not one of those I could do that.
What you're saying about breaking it down,
yeah,
and now I'm going to flip-flop on what I said earlier about, you know, there is a dimension of, you know, how much you've, you know, the place where you've taken sign spinning, in terms of, you know, I mentioned self-reflexivity, right? Rather than at a formal technical level, right? But what you're saying about breaking it down into really basic moves, that's totally LeWitt.
Yeah. Yes, like with the cube.
Yeah,
the most cube, essential, the most uneventful thing is the square.
Right. So the an open cube, right? All the variations and permutations on the sides of a cube, right? Where he wants to break down the cube, right? Not in terms of, you know, going from square to cube was simply to go from 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions, as opposed to no, he wanted a 3-dimensional cube and he just wanted to talk about each one of its arms.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you then like break down a cube and create possibilities, right, out of something that we think of as a whole, right? So what are its constituent components?
Right. So, and I can explain a little bit about sign spinning for this. When I was hired, as I was saying, the prevailing style of teaching was like this, right? And so the first thing I did, like in my official capacity as a teacher of sign spinning, was establish the language. Because, you know, when you move your wrist, is this a bend or is it like, what's a twist, what's a bend? Oh, yeah. So the first thing I did was is establish the 6 degrees of freedom. So we have a flip, which follows the x-axis, right? We have a twist, which follows the y-axis, and then we have a spin, which follows the z-axis straight through. And then for each of those, you have pull flip and push flip. You have outside twist and inside twist, and then you have pinky spin and thumb spin. Careful, do not try thumb spins too hard. It will break your wrist. I've seen it happen.
Also called a wrist breaker.
It is called a wrist breaker. So, and I've seen it happen, like literally with my own eyes. Please.
Don't try this at home.
I'm not saying don't try it at home, but be careful and stretch. Also, don't try this at home. So yeah, we started there, and then we had positions, right? Because I wanted to be able to communicate. It was kind of like the deal, right? If I was going to get raises for these tricks, it had to be formalized, right? It couldn't, like, all of a sudden the rules changed and I had to meet a higher standard, which is fine with me because I'm down to play ball, sure. So we have things like palm up, pull, palm out, push, behind the back, palm up, pull, behind the back, palm out, push, right?
Oh, yeah.
We've got suitcase position, boombox position, cape position. We've got kick flip, 360 kick flip. How many others?
You mentioned suitcase position already,
yeah,
right?
Suitcase position.
And then,
which is hilarious because that's not how you carry suitcases.
fire hydrant? Is fire hydrant a position or a catch?
Fire hydrant
really more of a
is
catch,
a catch.
Yeah.
Because it's not designed to be held in that way.
I figured that. But
So,
I mean, at some point you hold it though.
And the thing about sign spinning and the way that it exponentially increased was that anytime something got defined, it instantly created 4 more because you could do the backwards, you know, because before I started, there was a basketball flip, right? Well, I was gonna get that 10 cents and then some.
Yeah.
And because I could write it down differently, raise.
So when you say like, it's like the permutations, you know, and combinations of all the moves, LeWitt in certain publications, he decided, oh, I'm gonna use, you got 20 pages. And he's like, great, I'm gonna use these 20 pages to go through all the permutations and combinations of the thing. But he would, you know, in that first instance, he was offered 24 pages. And so he came up with a mathematical system for all the permutations and combinations of simply lines in 4 directions. That's his signature piece.
That's from.
That's where that's from.
Wow.
1968, Seth Seeglaub said, hey, I'm gonna give you 24 pages in this book. It's gonna be widely distributed. And he said, hey, I've got this idea for seriality in drawing, and I haven't been able to do it anywhere else. So he based the whole system based on 24, which is very, very rich mathematically.
Okay, man, I get haircuts not often enough to be a sign spinner.